I was the woman everyone laughed at, the one who gave birth to 5 girls and was told I could never give my husband a son. So he married another woman, and everyone said now he will finally have his boys. But what happened next changed everything. The day my first daughter was born, I was so happy. I did not even notice the way my husband, Chinedu, forced his smile. God has done well, people said. I believe it too. When the second child came, another girl, I noticed the change. It was small at first, less laughter, less excitement. But I told myself, it does not matter. Children are a blessing. When the third child came, also a girl, the silence in my home grew louder. When I gave birth to the fourth girl, I started hearing things like, she does not know how to give birth to boys. Maybe something is wrong with her. I would pretend not to hear. I would smile. But when I go to my room, I would cry. Still, I held on to God. The fifth child came, another girl. That day, something broke in my home. My husband did not even look at her. He did not shout. He did not complain. That would have been easier. It just became distant and cold, like a man who had already made up his mind about something. Days passed, but the distance between us grew wider. Then one evening, he came home and said the words that changed everything. I am marrying another wife. Just like that. No apology, no hesitation. I felt like my heart stopped beating. But I did not fight him. I did not scream. I did not beg either. Because deep down, I knew this wasn't really about marriage. It was about a son. I need a male child, he said, as if my daughters were not children, as if they did not carry his blood. That night, I cried until I had no strength left. But even in my tears, I prayed, God, you see me. You know my heart. I will not question you, but please remember me. Not long after, Ada came into our home, my husband's new wife. Young, beautiful, and confident. She walked in like she already knew she had won. And maybe she had, because from the day my husband brought her and the way he looked at her, I knew she carried his hope. The hope I had failed to give him. Life became different. We lived in the same house, but not the same life. Her side was full of laughter. Mine was quiet. Sometimes she would talk in ways that pierced my heart. She said one day, I won't stress myself because I know that God will bless me with sons. I just looked at her and said nothing. I went back to the room and prayed. Then one morning, Ada came out smiling. I'm pregnant, she announced. The house erupted in joy. My husband was very happy. He laughed and said, my son is coming. My heart was hot, not because she was pregnant, but because I remembered he never reacted like that with me. Later that evening, I sat quietly, holding my wrapper. My body had been feeling different lately. Weak, tired. I already knew, but I was afraid. Still, I told him, I am pregnant too. He looked at me. Then he said, okay, just like that. No joy, no question, no care. From that moment, I understood something clearly. This pregnancy, I would walk through it alone. Months passed. Ada's pregnancy was celebrated every day. Special food, care, attention. Mine was between me and God. Every night when everyone sleep, I would kneel down slowly, holding my stomach. God, I did not need to prove anything to anyone, but you are the one who gives children. Show me mercy and remember me. Sometimes I cried. Sometimes I was too weak, too tired to even speak, but I never stopped praying. The day came, Ada went into labor. The house was full with family members. They were rushing in and out. My husband was restless. This is it, he kept saying. My son is coming. I sat quietly in my room, listening. After some time, I heard a baby cry. Then another. I waited. Then I heard people murmuring, not shouting, not celebrating loudly, just murmuring. Later, someone came in and said it. She gave birth to twins, two girls. I held my breath. Then I closed my eyes. I did not know what to feel. Part of me felt pain for her. Another part of me was confused. This was not what everyone expected. The house became quiet. No celebration, no songs, just silence. My husband did not say much. He just looked disappointed. Then my own pain started. It came suddenly. I said to myself, are we going to give birth the same day? I held onto the bed as the waves of pain hit me. Then I called the midwife to my room. There was no crowd, no excitement, just me and the midwife. But in that moment, I whispered, God, I am in your hands. The pain became stronger. Tears filled my eyes. Then I heard it, a cry, loud and strong. Before I could even breathe, another one came. Then another, teary cries. I looked at the midwife, feeling confused. She smiled. Triplets. My heart started beating fast. I asked the midwife, are they? She nodded, her smile wider now. Three healthy boys. For a moment, I could not hear anything else. It felt like the world stopped. Tears filled my eyes. But this time, they were not from pain. They are boys, I whispered. I held them close, one after the other. My sons, my children, my gifts. When my husband heard, he did not believe it at first. Triplets, he asked. Yes, they told him, and they are all boys. I will never forget the look on his face when he walked into that room. He was shocked, full of joy and disbelief all at once. He stood there, looking at me like he was seeing me for the first time. Amaka, he said softly. He picked one of the boys, his hands shaking, then another, then the last one. He started laughing. This same man who could not look at me before, now could not take his eyes off me. My sons, he said, but I watched him. My heart was quiet. Not proud, not angry, just calm. Because I knew something he was only just beginning to understand. This was not my doing. This was God. The same God I cried to. The same God I trusted when no one else believed in me. Days passed. The house changed again. But this time, something deeper shifted. Ada became quiet. Not proud anymore. Not loud. Just silent. I watched her and I saw myself in her. The pain, the disappointment, the questions. One day I walked into her room. She looked up at me, surprised. For a moment, we just stared at each other. Then she said softly, I thought I would be the one to give birth to the boys. I was so sure. And I said so many things. I nodded. Tears filled her eyes. I sat beside her. Life does not always go the way we think, I said gently. She looked at me. Don't hate me, she whispered. I shook my head. I don't. And I meant it because I understand something now. Pain changes people, but grace changes them more. My husband changed too, not just because of the sons, but because he finally saw what I went through. My patience, my silence, my prayers. He saw the woman he almost lost. One night he came to me and said, I was wrong. I looked at him quietly. I thought I knew what I needed, he continued. I did not value what I already had. Tears filled his eyes. I hurt you. I did not speak immediately. Then I said softly, yes, you did. He nodded. I am sorry. And for the first time, I believed him again. Today, when I sit and watch my children play, all of them, girls and boys together, I smile. Not because life is perfect, but because I understand something I did not fully understand before. Children are not a competition. They are not proof of worth. They are not tools to satisfy pride. They are gifts. And gift comes in different forms. If you ever find yourself in a place where people make you feel less because of what you have or what you don't have, remember this: God does not forget. He sees your tears. He hears your silent prayers. And when he decides to move, no one can stop him. But also remember this: never look down on another person because you think you are ahead. Life has a way of turning things around when you least expect it. The same place you laugh at today, you might cry there tomorrow. And the person you mocked today might be the one God lifts tomorrow. So be kind, be patient, and trust God, even when it hurts, because in the end, He always writes the final story, and His story is always better than ours.